Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps lots. And also keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy. All right, folks, here we are after market close on Tuesday, March 29th. We're going to take a look at SoFi. SoFi had a nice green day today, up almost 10%. And, just kind of riding the wave. I saw some speculation on Twitter that maybe this is a reaction to the cessation or relieving folks of their student loan, I guess student loan forgiveness is the word I'm looking for, was maybe taken out of the budget planning for the administration. I don't know that that's true, or if that's just a rumor, or if that's somebody just making something up on Twitter. And I don't even know even if it's true, if that is really what today's wave was about. But in any case, I thought I'd mention that. In case folks have more info, feel free to drop it in the comments. But essentially, looking at it from my perspective on the EMA front, on the 10-minute candles here for the daily, coming up and really getting a few pushes off of this white 12 EMA, and it's sticking itself to that into close, but mostly riding up on that 5 EMA, which, to me is sort of like the high wave that I track. And then looking at the momentum build in the pre-market today, you see, here's the open at 4 o'clock. Where is it? Here it is. So right at the pre-market open, this 410 candle, the 410 close, right after that, you get at the 430 close, the bullish crossover of the 50 MA crossing above the 180 and then the 200 MA, and it bouncing right there at open to sustain that sort of longer term trend confirmation. And even then, about 11:10 or so hour and a half or so into the market, we got an additional bullish crossover of the 180 crossing above the 200. So just really good motion here, and this brought the 50 MA. So the reason I'm pointing this out is if that 50 MA is able to continue to hold any larger dips than you would see on the EMA side here, this is getting now mighty close to that 982 level, right? The 50 MA now sitting at 980. So if there is a strong dip that comes in, you might have a double edge support of this 982 level that we had put on the chart, plus the 50 MA. So that would be my hope. Now the key levels that this is coming to on the daily are pushing through this 982 today. Didn't really get a chance to make an attempt at 1065. But I mean, let's be realistic here. This was already almost a 10% move, so let's not be too insane and say it has to move another like 50 cents and push the next level. So to me, that's to be expected. What I had tweeted out earlier today is that it's getting very, very close to this downtrend line. This in yellow. Oh no, I moved it. And so if it sort of hits that and holds, then we may see it pushing back to this 982 level. And so what I look for on the bullish side of things is if it does reject hard off of that downtrend resistance, is it able to bounce off of that 982 level? And similarly, it's getting close to this 34 EMA, which is a common place for it to test if it really wants to consider a shorter term trend reversal. And so looking for that possibility, it often gets a lot of resistance right at that 34 EMA. So again, there's sort of two strong resistance levels, that downtrend resistance in yellow and that 34 EMA coming in. So I wouldn't be surprised if it pulls back a bit. But again, my question is, can it then show strong bounce potential at the 982 level, which could give it the ability to overcome that 34 EMA, overcome that downtrend resistance level in yellow, and kind of carry on that way. So that's what I'm going to be looking for in the days ahead predominantly. if we want to pull in something to check out something like the Ichimoku clouds, they're coming down further and further, so giving us a better and better chance as we get, through the next few weeks of getting ourselves into the cloud, and then again, sort of getting on the other side of this resistance, flipping it to support potentially. So we'll see if that's able to make any motion there. MACD, this is again sort of like why we chilled out on tracking the MACD so much, quite a while ago, is because there's a lot of head fakes, right? Like this looked like it was starting to curl in, but then it just, gets a good day of buy volume on its back and it just pops back up. So there's a lot of head fakes that can occur. And that's why we've been just paying more attention to the levels, the trend lines, and then like I talked about, still the EMAs and the MAs from my perspective. If we want to come over here and check out where SoFi is just from today, and some parameters here that I have set, obviously, but 57% bull premium coming in, a little just shy of 43% bear premium, and you see a lot of the larger premiums here, coming in on the bullish side of things. It's a decent sized bear volume, but that was preceded by 46 and 14K in bullish volume. So, you see this last minute 7K put volume coming in, but again, 7K, comparatively speaking, relatively low. See huge blocks of bullish volume, as you would expect. So, this is sort of like the flip side of that coin, where maybe it doesn't pull back right away. Maybe it has more juice left in the can. We'll have to see. But like I said, at some point, even if something is on a very strong uptrend, at some point it does pull back. And so if it does pull back without being able to immediately try to flip that 34 EMA, and without immediately trying to bust through that downtrend resistance, 982 would be the level that I'd look for to confirm support and allow it to then continue on its bull run. Or if it is able to push through those and just have a larger show of strength, then I'd look for it to maybe come through and hit some resistance at this 50 EMA and or at that 50 MA. They're situated relatively close to each other. It looks like 1106 and 1108, so just over that $11 level. And if it hits those and catches some strong resistance there, then it would be a matter of confirming that 1065 level has flipped from resistance to support. So I think in either case, those are the levels that I'd be looking at. One other thing I'd like to point out, this was able to push through these you see all this topping out here, right? All this topping out rate just above the $10 level, and I know we're only at 1014, so these are small amounts, but you can clearly see on the chart that it did push through that level finally today after several failed attempts recently. So that's a good sign. Now if we do, I don't want to get overly bullish here, because we've seen how that plays out in the past, and if we continue to zoom out on the chart, it's definitely not a bullish picture. But this is just to say, if we do come down, I'd look for a strong hold, around this 9.25 level, like right where my cursor is at the moment. And if it can't hold there, then retesting again this 850, which even if it does come down there and bounces again, that would still give us a much higher low than we saw there, right? Unfortunately, it would give us a lower low than here, which is why I'd rather see it bounce, around this 922 level, about where this candle kicked off today, or the low that we saw today, I guess I should say. So in any case, we'll see, but those are the levels that I'd be paying attention to. And these downtrend resistance breaks we've seen previously are very, very hard, but can lead certainly to better things in the weeks ahead. We haven't had any lengthy sustainment of bullish runs, as you know, but all that we can do is try to string together the immediate term and then see if there's sort of like a broader trend that can be reversed in the longer term. All right, folks, the rambling has begun, so I'm going to end the video. I hope that you had a nice Tuesday today and that you have a happy hump day tomorrow. And as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.